Yo, listen to this.
Federalists, white supremacists. We're going to schools named after these people. So it's already brainwashing on like a psychological level. Even bringing up things such as HOAs that are in some suburban neighborhoods. These were founded off of racism. The reason there are suburbs, racism, redlining, even when you're going out to eat.
Things such as tipping, it was founded on racism. Just bringing up facts. Just even going back a few months ago when the EBT thing hit. Who was the news trying to portray as the biggest EBT users? Black people, black women. Whole time, white people are some of the biggest beneficiaries of EBT. Per capita is irrelevant. Let me explain why. Even going to the EBT situation. 37% of white Americans are on EBT, while 25% of black Americans are on EBT. Now, with that being said, 37% of white America, I'm not sure exactly, I'm gonna put the numbers up, versus 25% of black America, that's around 10 million. Disregarding per capita, white Americans would be affected more if EBT was cut off. White America benefits off of EBT more. More white people are on EBT.
Black people ain't the only ones benefiting off of EBT.
This is a very important part on why black America is the way it is, right? They killed the structure. If you break down the structure, everything else will come down with it, right? We had a lot of strong black leaders, black men. They love talking about black men going to jail. Well, we had black men that was trying to do shit, and we see how they targeted them. So I brought this up because this is a big reason on why black America is the way it is. The beginning of a true black revolution. And for two, as you can see, it says prevent the rise of a messiah who could unify and electrify the militant black nationalist movement. Malcolm X might have been a messiah. He is the martyr of the movement today. Martin Luther King, Stokely Carmichael, and Elijah Muhammad all aspired to this position. But the one that they was really talking about was Fred Hampton, who they later killed in 1969. So man, hey, I don't be lying when I say this stuff. Here is even more proof of how they targeted us. So right here we have the national response to Richard Nixon's Black Capitalism Initiative. Richard Nixon viewed an uncontrolled black power movement as a major threat to the internal security of the United States during the late 1960s and early 90s. To address this situation, Nixon developed his Black Capitalism Initiative. The Nixon presidency offered African Americans the notion of black capitalism as an incentive to move away from the notion of burn, baby, burn. The evidence suggests that although Nixon did not achieve his institutional goals related to black capitalism, did indeed achieve his larger ideological goal of subverting African American radicalism. And do you wonder why in 2026 we have no more Malcolm X's, we have no more MLKs? They eradicated that. All we see is, like, you know, all the black youth now, they just want to get rich and become rappers and shit, dog. We have no more people that want to be like Fred Hampton, that want to be like Malcolm X, you know? Okay, first off,
And this is why the black community is the way it is.
If anybody in 2026 still believes the 1350 rule, let's break it down. Whenever people use this stat, they're referring to the 2019 Crime in the United States FBI data shit. First of all, if you take a look at this chart, this is only talking about arrests. Only arrests, no convictions, no going to court. And you know the funny thing, y'all? Black people are profiled at the highest rates. And to add an icing on top, black people make up 53% of all exoneration. Exonerations mean you're getting let off for a crime. And even just to bring more data to that, there was just a police officer who stated that she was going to just arrest black people because she was mad. So this is we just got evidence of these people doing this. So if you still want to go off 1350, yeah, we get profiled more, we get arrested more. Of these 13,000 murder victims, 55% of them were killed by black people. That is around, what, 7,000 something, 7,600, I believe. In America, there are 40 million black people. And to go even more specifically, there are 22 million black men, 22 to 24 million black men. So in whole, out of 22 million black men, 7,000 of them are committing murders. Do y'all know what percent? And 7,000 of those are like gang-on-gang violence. So it's a small portion that they're trying to paint as the whole black America. That is the point I was trying to make with that stat.
Y'all say that black people make majority of the crime rate. Thoughts?
The majority of black people are not murdering anybody. The chance that you get struck by lightning is probably more than getting murdered by a black man.
It is. Let me break this down for y'all. The reason I'm saying this, based off the 2019 FBI stats, right? 566 white Americans were murdered by black offenders. So 500 out of however many million of white Americans there are, I'm going to put it on the screen. You're more likely to be struck by lightning than murdered by a black person. And this is what I mean, you guys. They make it seem like, oh, you need to be scared of those black people. They're going to do something to you. No, you need to be more scared of overdosing on drugs. In 2019, it says approximately 21,000 to over 33,000 white people died of drug overdoses. Based off the 2019 FBI stats again, 37,000 white people died from suicide. And another stat we could throw out there, based off the same stats, in 2019, 281,000 white people died of heart disease. So you guys have all of these other things to worry about. But you guys hyperfixate on black people murdering you. Oh, I'm scared of black people. That is my point. And it's sad to say that the black community is so messed up. Like, if a white person goes into the hood, he'll be treated like royalty. We have internal conflict that I try to talk about all the time. Like, we over-police each other more than, you know, other races.
I'm just going to leave that here. Do your research.